Greetings, friends, and it's the grumpy old man, broadcasting live from WDWL TV, Studio B on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. And we are a production of the Grumpy Vulture. I'm tired of giving him all the plugs. Just enough to drive me crazy. Speaking of crazy, you know, sometimes I wonder if the left hand knows what the right hand is doing. Because, perfect example today. I open my mail, and what is in my mail but a new debit card? A new debit card. When I told the bank that I didn't want to wait 7 to 10 days for a replacement card because my account had gotten hacked, I said, I will go up to the branch and pick one up within an hour. Okay? I went up to the branch because certain branches issue the cards right on the spot. And my branch does. So I went up to the branch and got my brand new card. Came home, changed all the account numbers, you know. Today in the mail, I get another debit card. Now, of course, I have to activate it, which I'm not, because I already got one. And I told the girl, as a matter of fact, she repeated it back to me. She says, let me check to make sure your branch prints the debit cards on the spot. Now, she had to physically check and then come back and tell me, yes, your branch does print the cards on the spot. I commenced to tell her I will be up there within an hour, which I was. Why did they decide to send me another card? Not to mention, say somebody lifted that out of my mail. By the time I would realize that my account had been hacked again, disaster could have happened. It breaks down to lack of communication. And part of that is from the sooner I can get your ass off the phone, the sooner I can go back to playing Candy Crush. Because here's another perfect example. Friday, I had to do some changes with my internet provider. And the girls asked me, who is your cell phone provider? And I told her. And she says, how much do you pay? And I told her. And she says, I think I can do you a real good deal with this new program we have. Pardon me. She comes back on the phone and she says, how would you like free, unlimited talk and text and 30 gigabytes of data for free? I said, what's the catch? Well, if I move you into this new program, you will not only get a decrease in your internet service bill, but we are offering an introductory free year of unlimited talk and text cell phone service with 30 gigabytes of data. So I says to her, can I sleep on that over the weekend and get back to you Monday? She says, yes. I will make a note that you will be calling Monday. So today is Monday. And I call my internet provider to tell them I'm going to take your deal. And the girl said, what deal? I says, the deal where my internet bill was lowered by $29 a month and free unlimited talk and text cell phone service for a year with no contract? Well, I see some changes were made to your service, but I don't see any notation about the cell phone service because we don't usually allow people to think about it. I said, well, okay, never mind. Wait a minute. Alarm bells go off, sirens, lights start flashing. The girl goes, I think I can work that out for you. I says, here's what the monthly bill was quoted. No contract, 1 year free, unlimited talk and text, and 30 gigabits of data. You're going to do that. Yes, let me put you on hold. So she puts me on hold. I'll tell you what. I have been more on hold than speaking with people lately. But she does come back rapidly. And she says, I was able to get you that program. Like, she just saved me from drowning in the ocean. Like doing me a big frickin' favor. It was quoted to me Friday. But the girl that handled the call Friday was in such a goddamn big hurry to do something else, she never bothered to put in the notes that I would be calling Monday, and she gave me the weekend to think about it. And people, how much of this shit goes on daily? And they say you should never assume, because when you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. But how many people assume once they hang up the phone, whatever was told to you is handled? And today was the perfect example. I was told, even though they don't allow you, when you commit to the program, you commit to 100%, not 90%. But I wasn't ready to commit to the 100% because I like to think about things, double check. Perfect example. And I have gotten away from the habit of writing down the person's name I spoke with and the time. That's an important item. If you say, hey, I spoke to Bomilda Buckfuck, they'll say, well, what time? It was morning. Well, what time in the morning? 11 o'clock. Well, she was probably at lunch at that time. So from now on, and they say their name so rapidly. Thank you for calling XYZ Service. My name is Blah. Hey, Sherlock, back up. Your name is what? Is that spelled with 2 X's or 3? Because nowadays you have to pinpoint. It's almost to the point where you have to describe what they were wearing. Well, you spoke to Bomuglia Buttfuck. What color dress was she wearing? I don't know. I can't see through the damn telephone. We didn't have that time of face thing call. It's sad in today's world. You have to verify everything. Yeah, it's to the point where you're going to say, okay, what's the last 4 of your social? What's your blood type? And what's your zip code? If they want your service that bad, then they should follow through with what they tell you. You shouldn't have to think back. Did she really make a note? I shouldn't have to ask and say, did you make that note in that file? No. When they say I'm making the note and you hear the clickety-clack of the keyboard, that should be them making the note. But no, the clickety-clack of the keyboard is them sending a text message to their boyfriend about dinner tonight. And then people wonder why the grumpy old man is totally pissed off about shit. And then, with another company I had to deal with, they sent me an email and they want a copy of the front and back of my driver's license. I've been a customer of yours for 2 years. 2.5 years. Why do you all of a sudden now need that information? That email came after customer service closed. Tomorrow, the grumpy old man will be biting into somebody's ass. I'm not a brand new fucking customer. I've been with you 2.5 years. You got all that information on day one. Go look it up in your magic fucking file. I ain't sending it again, especially after my bank account was hacked. No way, Jose. I'm not the trusting person anymore. Especially when I've been a customer paying you monthly, every month, through auto pay through my bank, so you know who the fuck I am. And now all of a sudden you need to verify my driver's license? You're not the Ohio DMV, sweetheart, and neither is your company. And if they don't like it, I'm going to cancel my service with this company. And they know I will, because I've done it before. And now I've been dumb enough to go, 2.5 years ago, I started back up with them. After they pissed me off. So I will be on the phone first thing in the morning saying, you've got my information. I'm not sending it. And if you don't like it, cancel my service. I don't need you. Evidently, you don't want me that bad. Of course, nowadays, corporations could care. They could give a fuck. You're just a goddamn number on an account. If you leave, there's 25 people signing up for service while you're telling them to kiss your ass. So they don't care. They're not going to lose any money if you... they always give you, you'll be back. Yeah, well, if I quit this time, I ain't coming back. No way, Jose. Period. End of subject. When you piss me off for a long time. So, tomorrow will be interesting. Because they ain't getting... First of all, how am I going to put that information in an email? I can't shove my driver's license through my printer scanner. It's not an IBM with a flip lid like they have, on every floor of a corporate building. And I'm not going to take a picture. I'm not going to screenshot nothing. No. So if they don't like it, their loss, not mine. There's other companies that provide this same service that will be more than willing to take me without needing a photo shot of my driver's license. Especially after what happened to me. No. I'm already on auto pay with your company. You ain't getting any more information. You've been taking money out of my account every month. And you take it. I don't write a check. I don't go in on bill pay. You take it. So, if you don't like it, tough shit. I don't care. I'll go somewhere else. There are other corporations out there that are more than happy to take my money. Another, the left hand don't know what the right hand is doing. You didn't bother to tell me that when you were on the phone getting all my information. We were on the phone for like 37 minutes. All of a sudden now, you need my driver's license information? I ain't going to screenshot my driver's license front and back for nobody except the DMV. What a crock of bullshit you have to put up with nowadays. Back in the day, you called, you gave them your name, address, phone number, and you were done. Of course, that was back in the day before auto pay. You had to write a check every month to pay the bill, put a stamp on it, and mail it. But you already have all of my information from 2.5 years ago. It didn't change. The driver's license number is still the same. The only thing that changed was the address, which you already have, and the photo. The rest of the information has remained the same, and it's in your records. Don't be so goddamn lazy. Go look it up. I'm not going to give it to you again. God, it's scary when your bank tells you, your account could get hacked at any time. Huh? You're my bank telling me this? How secure is your system? Yeah, I was told on Friday when I went up and got the new debit card. You shouldn't really use a debit card. What am I supposed to use? A credit card. I don't want another credit card. Yeah, but your credit card is protected more than your debit card is. I says to her, then maybe when my Social Security check direct deposits, I should come up and withdraw all but $5, and then you start to read the first word and it goes. First it tells me they're not getting enough of my stream. My latency is off. And then they just tell me, your stream is perfect. Make up your mind. Jesus. Anything to aggravate the shit out of me today. Ay, 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 ay. With that, friends, I'm going to call it a stream. My my brain is starting to hurt from all this shit. Not to mention, all corporations went to computers to save on paper. The old save a tree. When I co-signed for my son's car loan, when I left, I had a folder with 42 sheets of paper. 42 sheets of paper. And if that wasn't bad enough, she had to print in triplicate. We're not just killing a tree, we're killing a forest. She handed me that folder and she goes, here you go. I said, what's all this? Well, it's your loan documents. I remember back in the day when I financed my first car. I had like 5 pieces of paper. That was it. I don't even want to get started there. I'm going to call it a stream. Friends, have a good evening. Number 30, you're the man. And 31, you're a sweetheart.